Hi, this is Jessica with Dining Traveler, and welcome to the Dining Traveler cooking series where we try dishes from our favorite destinations at home. And I wanted to start the new year with simple recipes, and of course I have to go back to my beloved Puerto Rico and make some arroz con salchichas. Rice with Vienna sausages is super simple, affordable, is one of my favorites. I always beg my mom to make it for me. Now we're a little further away, so I have to do it myself. So let's get started. Let's go over the ingredients. Again, super simple: rice, tomato sauce, Vienna sausages, aka salchichas, a cube of chicken bouillon, that's optional, olives, also optional, sofrito, and we also have a great video on how to make sofrito, especially for the folks that don't live close to a Latin supermarket. And here's a little spice blend. It's just adobo, sazon, some dried oregano, and salt, and either achiote oil, annatto seed oil, or I found this great stone ground annatto from a DC-based company called Calabash Tea. We're gonna start with adding a little bit of oil in the pan, around 2 tablespoons. I like to use olive oil. Next, we're gonna add the sofrito, let it fry for a little bit. Then we add the sausages, mix them in with the sofrito and tomato sauce, olives, the spices, the cubito, and the annatto, around 1 teaspoon. So we want to let it cook for a few minutes just for all those flavors to come together before we add the rice. And of course, now I'm going to do the part that my mom always yelled at me for doing, and is taking a little bite of the salchicha because they taste so good with all the flavors. Now it's time to add the rice. I have around 3 cups of rice, and we're going to use around 5 cups of water. And I say around because it's all relative in Puerto Rican cooking. And what we really want to do is make sure that you have like around an inch of water above the rice, so you get that nice, fluffy, moist rice. We'll give it a nice little stir before we add the water. Now we're going to add the water. I like to start with 4 cups. Usually I need a little bit more, but I just want to make sure I have the right amount of water because you don't want too much water in the rice because then it's going to be really sticky. My mom calls it esmogollado. We added the water. I ended up adding around 4 cups and 3/4, so not quite 5 cups of water. The main thing is you want to have like around an inch of water above the rice. And if it's too dry after, that's fine. You can add a little bit more water, but I think it's nice to start with less water first so you don't get that clumpy rice texture. So now that we have the water, we're gonna let it cook for around 10 to 15 minutes at a medium-low heat. What you want to wait is for the rice to absorb all the water, and don't touch it. Like my mom says, do not touch the rice because se va a pasmar. It's been around 17 minutes and the rice has absorbed most of the water. Now we're going to give it a nice stir, make sure all those ingredients come together, cover it, and let it cook for another 15 minutes. It's been around 15 minutes that the rice has been cooking, covered, and it's almost done. It has a nice soft texture. We're gonna give it another turn, and we're gonna let it steam for around 10 minutes in medium-low heat. The rice is done, so now we have called one of our favorite taste testers. Hey Lou, try it. Is it good?
Yeah.
And this is how we make rice with Vienna sausages, arroz con salchichas at Casa Dining Traveler. And because it's the beginning of the year, we decided to plate it a little different. We usually have this with some tostones and nice stewed beans, habichuelas guisadas, but I decided to do a nice cabbage salad, and I made a passion fruit vinaigrette, some fresh avocados, of course, the arroz. I'm about to dig in. If you have any questions or feedback, please add them in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Buen provecho. Adios.